Okay. I'm Katelin Wollner. I'm currently working as a graduate assistant athletic trainer at Boise State University with the swim and diving.
Yay! Go swim and dive.
Yay!
Okay, so kind of today we're talking about evidence-based practice. So for you, what do you think EBP is? What does it mean to you?
Oh no.
Did it go crazy?
Yeah, I lost you.
Can you hear me though?
Yep.
Okay, well just go ahead and, because I can see you. Did you hear what I asked? Can you hear me now?
Wait, now there it goes. Okay. Yep. Okay, question 1.
Question 1. What is EBP?
Evidence-based practice.
Thank you.
So, working with what's been proven in the research. Do you want more than that?
So proven in the research, where do you get your research? Do you just, look things up, or is it kind of things that, you get told, or how do you go about that?
It's usually just stuff that, I'll look up, because with swimming, I feel like I have some pretty unique situational things, so it's things that I'll look up with problems that we're having, or we have a couple staffers that are really big into research and articles, and they'll send one a week to us so we can read on our own time. And our clinical coordinator also sends some, but more obviously in the educational aspect of research.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. So then you were talking about with swim and dive, how it's kind of random and they come up with the craziest things. So in that sense, is that how do you utilize your EBP? Is it basically from those articles or whatever you look up, you then implement it, or what?
Yeah, I try to implement them pretty quickly. I hear that it's worth the shot, especially if it's worth for other people in other situations. Why not try it? So, and the girls are usually really open to me just trying new things. Since if there's a reason and there's a possibility that it'll help, why not?
Yeah. So. Do you kind of take the time to explain things to them, or hey, I found this new article and this might help it, or do they not really care?
Yeah, it depends on the person. Some of them don't really care. I have a few girls that are interested into going into PT and the medical field, PA, so they like a little bit more explanation just because they like to know for their own knowledge and curiosity.
Right. Okay. That's cool. Do you think that they, have you run into situations where maybe you try something new and it doesn't work? Do you think they maybe, kind of get turned off from it, or do you think they are kind of okay, well, Katelin's going to try new things and we'll see how it goes?
Yeah, I don't think they usually get turned off by things that don't work the first time. And I try to tell them, give it, we try to give it at least a week of continual therapy or whatever we're implementing, at least a week, if not 2. And we'll change things up in time. See, maybe a combination that work. And then if it's still not helping, then, we'll say, okay, you know what, maybe for you it's just not going to be what we're looking for, and we'll move on. And they don't tend to get discouraged. They have to give it time to see if it's really going to do it, because nothing's going to be a miracle.
Yeah.
And then they know that they just can move on and we'll find something else. So.
Yeah. So with that, have you kind of run into those situations where you're trying something and then it doesn't end up working for you?
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because sometimes it'll work on one person and not on another person, so then it's kind of well, why does it work on them and not me? And so that's kind of the big one where it's it works on some people but not everyone.
Yeah, and then trying to explain that where it's okay, well, you have really similar situations, but it's just not working for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like especially now with being like going from Chapman and now being in Boise's program, do you feel like you are prepared to implement EBP situations and to kind of take it up on your own interest and research it?
Sorry, I lost you.
Oh.
Say that question.
Do you feel like you're prepared to implement EBP or more comfortable to go out of your way and like research things to use?
Sorry, it keeps like coming out. I'm trying to like turn and see if it helps.
Can you hear me now?
Try again. I think this is a good spot.
Okay, good. Do you feel comfortable with EBP? Like you, what is it? Do you feel like you are prepared to practice EBP? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No? Marco? Paula? Big!
Sorry, it's disconnected again. What's wrong? You're so good. Okay, going from Chapman to Boise.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel like you're prepared to practice evidence-based practice things and to go out of your own way to implement new things and to research new things?
Yes. I don't particularly know if Chapman. I feel like I don't. Okay, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
So, wait. I don't know if Chapman is the reason why I feel like I'm prepared, or just being on my own and having to figure it out on my own. I mean, with the help of board and athletic trainers, but I don't know if Chapman did anything like in particular. If Chapman did anything in particular to make me prepared so much, just having like coworkers that are really into it.
Right. It's not like we sat down, we were super huge EVP and let's look up articles and things like that, but having the experiences we did kind of helped us get there.
Say that again? I missed like the first.
Boise and doing grad school, that kind of steered you more towards that?
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of trial, you know, and just finding different things. And I think as a student in clinical education, and like a lot of times certified in there, I'll do something with deal. But as a certified now, if I run into a problem, you know, it's on me to find my own solution.
Right.
So I think in that way that, the blood definitely helped with that.
Yeah. Okay. So now, especially like within your practice, am I disconnected?
Now you're back.
Okay. So how much experience do you feel like you have with evidence-based practice? Do you feel like it's still something very new for you, or do you feel like it's kind of a regular thing now?
I think it's still on the newer side for me. And I tried I've been to get my license all the people that were facing with stuff, so I think it's becoming more regular, but I still feel like it's on the newer side.
Yeah, so when the more experience you have, I feel like, and just as a clinician, the more experience you have with that, the more comfortable you are going to be and realizing that, you know, looking for other solutions and finding new things too. And especially for both of us, going away from home, being in a different location where people know different things and kind of incorporating that. Yeah, that's cool. Do you feel like maybe, like, I don't know, the heads or the other GAs or anybody else, do you feel like they do a good job of using EBP?
I think it differs like per person, and I think it kind of depends on each person's skill set. You know, so we have one person that's certified in ERT.
That what? Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So we have one other who's certified in ART. So, you know, that has a lot of research behind it,
right.
and is a big thing. So we utilize her a lot, and so I think some might be a little bit slower to, you know, go out of their way to research new things. And it just kind of depends on what. So, you know, what one person's looking for doesn't necessarily affect everybody else.
Right. So it's definitely.
But I think that for the most part, they do a pretty good job.
That's good. Awesome. Well, that's about it for me. Do you have any other comments or?
I hope that